Chapter 12 No longer Twain. Tikuri pulled up to their new house, and Quinn started crying. This house is beautiful. Wanyeyekéቩ smiled. Wait till I show you around. You happy you love it? Quinn sighed. Baby, you love it already. The driver stopped and helped them out of the carriage and out the stairway to the front door, saying, Congratulations again, and good night. Quinn was to open the door and turned on the lights, and there were just several and nowhere to sit down. Let's go upstairs. Wanyeyekéቩ said. Not before you go get you some water. Quinn insisted. Wanyeyekéቩ made it upstairs and flopped into bed. Moments later, Quinn shouted, Where are you? Wanyeyekéቩ shouted, Follow my voice. Just come straight to the end of the hallway. Quinn smiled while looking around. His house is really built for a queen. Wanyeyekéቩ sighed. Me Quinn. Quinn handed him the water and looked around for a bit. Wanyeyekéቩ drank the water, got up, and started showing her around the room. Quinn walked up to a door. What is this room for? Wanyeyekéቩ looked at her, saying, It's the bathroom, silly. You went a lot of kids, and you don't want to have to wait for them to see it. You grew up with a lot of relatives, and when you got to go, you got to go. You got the design from some of the old homes they used to build way back when, and Grace and her sisters did the rest for you. Quinn was amazed. It's almost as big as the bedroom, and this tub is huge, and this hall is clear across the other side of the room. You love it. Turning on the waiter, Quinn sighed. Why, it's so hot. Wanyeyekéቩ smiled. You'll set up solar panels, so I'll have hot and cold water at all times. Plus, you've made me happy man, and you will do all you can to return the favor. Quinn smiled back at him, as she turns on the water in the shower. Yes, I some of the sweetest things, and I love you for that, but you have done the same for me, so the feelings are mutual. Now, get in the shower, man. Wanyeyekéቩ buttons the 3 buttons from Quinn's dress and into off the falls to the ground. Wanyeyekéቩ takes off his top and bottom in the steamy room. Quinn gives him a nervous look. You're going to have to argue admit this is my first time. Wanyeyekéቩ sighed, Mensch to. They both let out a sigh of relief. Quinn confessed, he was hoping you were, but if you weren't, you will have been up, but now it's great. Wanyeyekéቩ smiled. He felt the same way, so let's do this together. Quinn smiled. Quinn gets in the shower, and then Wanyeyekéቩ, walks out Wanyeyekéቩ. Are we taking a shower, or are we cooking dinner? It's too hot. Quinn lied. This is perfect for me. Wanyeyekéቩ stalked off the side. What, not for me? Baby, you got to turn it down a bit. Quinn turned down the heat. How about now? Wanyeyekéቩ sighed. Lower, Quinn asked, and now? Wanyeyekéቩ sighed. Lower. Again, Quinn asked, and now? Wanyeyekéቩ smiled. Perfect. Quinn insisted. Man, this is too warm. Wanyeyekéቩ said as he grabbed the soap and towel. You can cook yourself later, after I get out. He started lathering up the towel, and they started bathing each other. Wanyeyekéቩ was gentle, rubbed her entire body with soap, and told her to rinse herself off with the water. You're finished. Wanyeyekéቩ smiled. Yes. Quinn soaked her head and started washing Wanyeyekéቩ and vigorously. You must be trying him bathing. She raised his arms, washed under his armpits, and grabbed his penis. This is supposed to go inside me. You have to learn to do it correctly. She washed the staff and the head and rubbed his testicles over solidly, and then he took some more soap and washed his butt crack, rubbing and scrubbing him thoroughly. Now, you race off. After he had finished, she looked at him, stand out as it form. She turned the head back up and took a large bath. That's how you take a bath. Wanyeyekéቩ smiled. All these years, you have been doing it wrong. Why son, rinse off, and get out. You felt like you was a turkey getting ready to be caught. Quinn sighed. You don't mean that in dirty, but you got to go to bed clean as a whistle. That's how you look like a baby. Wanyeyekéቩ liked it. You feel like you just lost a layer of skin, like someone just peeled a potato. Quinn lied and walked up to Wanyeyekéቩ. You are clean, the way you like it. They started kissing with the water flowing over their bodies, and the steam covered the entire room. While they were kissing, Wainikevu's penis was hard as a rock and dropping in pushed it to the left and right of Queen until Queen grabbed it and put it between her legs and, every unseen while, walled lid on it and rubbed it against her clitoris to make herself wet. Wainikevu got exhausted and tried to put it in, but Queen walled jumped back. They forced a little. They continued rubbing and holding each other tight, but Queen kept pulling back. His uterus was in your lubricants. Let's get out of here and go to bed. Wainikevu sighed. They dried off, and the Queen grabbed Wainikevu's penis while it stood at attention full on, and him going. To bring his wetman. Queen felt Wainikevu curbing and jumping, saying, "Hold on, little man." Wainikevu felt uncertain of his heard of its voice, a bruised crevice ain't no joke. That can last as long as a week. If you don't hate, you ain't getting no model fit stomach pain or the cramps are gone, blow will be here. You got to let it in, you take it to her. If she has an ovarian cyst, you call rupture a cyst. Wainikevu sighs, "Let me turn on the lights," Queen sighed. Later, you got to make sure it goes inside me correctly. She passed. Mia told me what to do, but I don't know what I'm doing, Wainikevu said. You look it, don't stop what you're doing but be you, and as long as I'm with you, I'm happy, but we got to learn from each other, we can learn from others, but we're facilitators and students of each other. Queen laughed. No, that bathing part was a woman, and you're still drunk. Wainikevu snapped his fingers, damn, and they both laughed. Wainikevu and Queen knocked everything off the bed and pulled the sheets back. Laying her neck, Wainikevu said, "Well, you learned some things too." He started rubbing in Queen's pubic hairs and started playing with him. "Are you it?" Queen said. "No." He started playing with her ears and rubbing the back of her face, and every time he would ask, "Are you wet?" she will say no. Wainikevu plucked up a low beneath Queen's pelvic area. Bend your knees, raise your pelvis in the air, and open your legs wide. Queen sighed. "What are you going to do, surgery?" Feeling it. Wainikevu sighed. He got up and leaned against the wall and told Queen to fat him, crisping her butt cheeks. "Am I sick?" Queen asked. Wainikevu sighed. "No, but you will remember that. Wrap your legs around me for support." Queen got excited, and Wainikevu asked, "Where is your clitoris?" Queen sighed. "Clitoid." Wainikevu said. "Made we're going off what people say, and instead of what we feel, you don't know." Queen sighed. "Maybe we're being too scientific about this thing. We are warriors. Just get on top of me." Sitting at the foot of the bed, Queen tried to put Wainikevu's penis inside her, but the pen walled all over, and before they knew it, they were at the head of the bed, sweating and exhausted. Wainikevu asked, "Where are you going now?" Queen, out of breath, said, "Taking a break." Wainikevu said aloud, "Good idea," and got up and played a song and looked at Queen and sang along with it. "This is my favorite song when I think about you." Playing a piece by an ancient artist, Johnny Joel, and it attacked me, amused. As he was singing, he grabbed Queen's hand and sang along while dancing in the note. Slurring his words, Queen looked at Wainikevu as he felt his words from the song. Wainikevu rubbed his eyes and stumbled out a bit, "I'm drunk." He whispered to Queen and fell back and fell asleep as soon as his head hit the pillow. Queen climbed on top of Wainikevu, "I'm tall," and fell asleep. The next morning, Queen woke Wainikevu with his penis in her hand, rubbing it against her clitoris. "Are we being warriors again?" he sighed. "No, but I found my clitoris, and this feels great." Her nipples became sensitive, blood pressure and pulse rose as her vagina became lubricated. "Rub my breasts," she demanded. Gently, she whispered. Wainikevu did as commanded because he, too, felt good and got excited because he thought they were getting somewhere. Hormones started running her body, and Queen got so excited that she pushed Wainikevu inside her. They both drew past Wainikevu's penis towards Queen's hymen, and their blood intermingled as dopamine, and the ketone rushed of hot air into her body. No longer twain, but a son. They heard a small whisper in their ears. They possessed sweat covered their bodies as they continued hugging and kissing. Queen's breast swallowed, and comments from Queen became more and more demanding. Wanyeyekéቩ flipped the Queen over, and sharpened her legs with her. The pain was there, but the feelings they had were greater. Their wolves became intertwined, and the bond was fixed. Wanyeyekéቩ continued to please Queen as he gripped and possessed, and they had a feeling they couldn't explain, but they felt it rising within their bodies. A feeling much like a idle shock felt up in them, and then simultaneously, they felt a great release. The sounds from both of them became loud, and the Queen yelled. Wanyeyekéቩ felt a strong sense of electricity running through half his body incontrollably as if he had lost his motor skills, and a great voice was heard again, who had got his pot tighter, let none and pot asunder. Wanyeyekéቩ rests on top of Queen for a second and rolls of air. Out of breath as blood, sweat, and tears covered the bed. They refused to get up because it was proof of their love, and they dropped back to sleep. Hours had passed, and the Queen saw Wanyeyekéቩ staring up at the ceiling. A penny for your thoughts, she asked. Wanyeyekéቩ said. What, nothing, just thinking how a lot of things that he heard people say before about sex, he never really understood until today. All I knew was it wasn't right to have sex before married, but my daughter feeling is truly wonderful, like naturally, and people have it best the most beautiful thing of Sabbath. You see now how having sex before married can't really leave you open to sexual demands. You understand how it is. When two spirits are joined together in the spiritual realm. Having sex with someone who called careless about you can damage a person. So these are healthy and guilty. You see how an ungodly relationship ends, negative emotions develop, and terror is formed. All these thoughts are rushing through my head as I think about my conversion and the problem plagues have been. That's all. You cannot truly understand certain things unless you experience them. Queen has looked in her ears, saying, Baby, let's talk about this later. You do agree, and you understand, but I'm still in a lot of pain, but let's do it again. Wanyeyekéቩ smiled and raised his eyebrows. What, gonna do it again, do it, let's do it again, do it. Do it again. Queen laughed, you're so silly. Wanyeyekéቩ continued singing, let's do it again, by the staple singers as they touched her nose. Now you like you, lady. So fine, with your pretty hair. If you don't mind my compliments. 2 days later, strangers showed up at midnight were. They had been 13 years and were unaware of the many things that had changed since they left, asking for Wanyeyekéቩ, and they did not and would not utter a word to anyone unless it was him or to utter it. They wouldn't even speak to Friedrich, whose battle and was their training. A knock was at the door. Wanyeyekéቩ didn't want to be bothered because he was sorry and didn't want to be embraced. Cracking the door open as he poked his head, whoever it is, please tell to me embassy, for he just got married. Next, the messenger stood outside the door saying, we have told them all of this, but they just said Farid will not say orderless as you were to utter it, so Friedrich sent me here totally out. Wanyeyekéቩ said in a curious voice, theater 8. Next to say, that's how they said it, theater 8. Wanyeyekéቩ thought for a minute and said out loud. It hasn't been 8 of us since. He then shouted, you'll be right out, and slammed the door. He rushed upstairs and got dressed, telling Queen there were visitors at midnight were they. Have a toasty, and I'll be back as soon as possible. Upon arrival at midnight were, Friedrich met Wanyeyekéቩ. He didn't for their spirits agreed with me, and it felt as if it was important. They have been fed, soured, and they are now comfortable as ghosts. Wanyeyekéቩ saw him and quickly embraced him. It was King Jam, and their spirits had not changed, for this were that woman who had led Wanyeyekéቩ to the best and words and to spend activities in El Paso. Wanyeyekéቩ called an emergency meeting. How's the fact noted to embraced him? Jam stood up. First thing you would like to say is so much has changed, and you love how it looks. We were able to keep in contact with each other as you ordered for the first year but lost touch after a while, but as soon as we ran it, we made our way back. The Caribbean's entire way of life has changed recently. With this changes, the Anecdotes are now welcomed with open arms, and White and Syrians love dance again. These Chinese have cast a lot of confusion and headed for the White Lands. Terry almost did something happened in the Arizona desert, but when we heard them talking about Det of any benin door the pass, weakened with was time to return. They been training a select few for combat, and many combatants, because of their lack of luxuries, poor diets, and ignorance, many of them came back without arms, legs, and other extremities, and some even did. They need to serve volunteering in horse, allowing them to live in city publicity for their service. This is something you have never heard of. The Cubaans became insecure and jealous, fearing they will be benefit from the city because they didn't know how to fight. They offered their children to reign. They are consolidating these bubbles into major metropolitan areas like New York, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey, and simultaneously closing the smaller ones according to a few maps. He made a few copies of On Our Way Out. We joined the training and were sent to many plans for different training services. After a year, we got separated because of the different training we were qualified for. Just like in the days of old what engineering, artificial intelligence, and autonomous vehicles, they have opened the doors to biological weapons that target necrops based on genetics, like those in T-base, but they ran into problems. And it knew it was about causing to assess what their plans. Kenji continued as Jam took a seat. They trained me as a transported and specialist, Jam, in communication, but they are definitely creating an army to destroy us. And they have made the people warriors instead of lady bombs, setting around death and fate. The death of many created a slight sense of rebellion among them, but they are slowly becoming formidable fighters, and they will soon be ready for war. They have a sea crafts the size of decks under construction to destroy the buildings and walls. El Paso will come from the east, and Panic will come from the west and enclose us like a box. They are not quite ready. Friedrich stood up, saying, himself, has informed us it will be in 25 years. It will take time to transform out of shape, lazy individuals into fearless warriors. Main games must be in place and even kill some of them to make them fearless unto death. Puppy is being followed, and God is not playing. A couple of years ago, Sebat sighed, he was stirring to go into the Atlantic as in a great pot. And his fist will go round the bottom of the earth and send a slow float. Many cities will be underwater, and some will disappear forever because humanity refuses to change its ways and is getting farther away from the good of their fathers and mothers and the authentic ways of Sabbath. The blanket of deception covering the land has been thrown, and breaking many will be impossible. We see it everywhere. Many who were in the precinct of truth and exposed propages have hardened their hearts or set into deceptive religions and corrupt faiths those kept the truth stead and served him. They need the God set and served him, they are bringing in themselves with destruction. Has not submitting themselves to the radiativeness of God have given out to establish their own religions, refusing to submit to the radiativeness of the truth or the faith that and delivered them. We see all these things now coming to pass. Salvation for many is fitting. Their technology is not in sync with Seba's plans. But Seba will cover when in his home. In Laos in an horizon territories only for a season. Friedrich looked up and saw the look on Verin's face. He wasn't intending on saying all of that. He opened my mouth, and the words of Seba to cover, Uziseo. He responded. Never for it, as he continued, he was just going to say, we had a visitor on Wanyeyekevu's wedding day, and it all makes sense. They went there. Fate, tailed it on. Jan stood up again, looking at Ob. They describe Yemen like you as having great power they feared. Wanyeyekevu sighed, God, you don't remember. He looks intimidating, but hesitantly as a bear. It is not him they all fear, but as long as they take its him, we are God cause he is indestructible. You too must get enlightened, and then we will prepare a spot for you to realize and that much needed rest God job. 3 hours had passed, and Jamie and Kenji finished their debriefing. As Wanyeyekevu was about to jump on his ski craft, Alteb noticed Wanyeyekevu was having problems getting on, waist up, bowing low. Need some help? Wanyeyekevu looked at Jonathan, only you can make him allow when things are serious. Don Chang, Tyson order. Tenui's home was still filled with but present storm and suffered wedding, and Wanyeyekevu's garden was a mess. One morning, Wanyeyekevu was early to clean up his garden, pulling weeds, pruning, topping, and plashing poles in certain places to hold up certain plants. Wenya, commented Chad Cohen. Frustrated at how badly he let the garden get, he threw down his tools and hid toward the house. Morning, baby. Queen's out of frustration. Morning, between Altus presents and running out from to put them anywhere, ik know how you feel. Wanneer snel. Yeah, but gotta get it straight before the tomatoes, cantaloupes, and cucumbers start to roll over here and start to look like a forest instead of a garden. Yeah. Self have it straight and out by the end of the week. Why don't you take your break and visit your auntie? I'll be all day till at least 4 or 5. He'll help you with the stuff instead tonight when he finishes, so we'll both have peace of mind. Queen smiled. No, that sounds like a good idea. Queen took her time and headed down the road on her horse, Sparkle, visiting friends signal on the way. Her mouth watered when she smelled the army just before arriving at Dark Yabble and Auntie Sybil's house. Auntie Belle, you aren't there. Walking toward the door, where else? I'm going to blotter running around on horse like you, shout. Come on in, Willie cooks up pa. Whipping up some cornbread, Auntie Belle pours a little of the butter into a bowl. Dark Yellow loves him some hot water cornbread. This is for him. They poured the rest into a cast iron skillet, placked it in the oven, and took a seat. Got a taste for some mustard green and cornbread. Are you staying for soup, pa? It will be ready as soon as the cornbread gets finished. Queen smiled. Do you really need to ask, Auntie Belle? Auntie Sybil looked at Queen happily. You get that low, Anaya. Queen was confused. Why say hello? Auntie Sybil smiled. It might be nothing, but have you been spotting? Queen was blushing. Yup, me and Winnie been going at it non-stop. Auntie Sybil was embarrassed and laughed. No, child, have you been having waves of nausea? Same Chinese in your breast? Frequent urination? Craving for food? Stuff like that? Queen sighed. Yes, but I thought you did that after having sex a lot. Auntie Sybil laughed again. No, Gerald, you're pregnant. Go see Mama Pony tomorrow and get yourself checked out, but I'm pretty sure you're. Queen was so happy that she was at home total Wanyeyekeቩ. Wanyeyekeቩ was not there upon arriving home, so she went out to garden but heard him in the field, stormed shouting at Anaptine Morris, stop yelling all the four from your sister. Queen ran toward Wanyeyekeቩ. Wanyeyekeቩ had a smile on his face. Queen, we need to separate the sun from the rest, he's so greedy. Look at him. Queen just stood her with a smile on her face and didn't say a word. What got you so happy? Wanyeyekeቩ asked. Queen started talking so fast that Wanyeyekeቩ couldn't keep up. He went to my friend's house, and without for a while, and then. Wanyeyekeቩ got excited just seeing Queen's excitement as she went into detail about the room of she had made since she left. And Joy was busy cleaning. Wanyeyekeቩ tried hard to keep up, but with no luck. And then he went to Vander's house, and see. Wanyeyekeቩ gave up, trying to follow along as he grabbed Queen's hand and started walking toward the house. Dark Yellow loves hot water cornbread, Queen said as he opened the door. You know we've been going at it non-stop. Wanyeyekeቩ stopped as he was embarrassed, but Queen didn't know it as she kept talking. Spotting and always hungry. Wanyeyekeቩ was scratching his head as he tried to keep up with Queen, but he was more confused now than when she first started. Baby and Queen blurted out, I think we're pregnant. Wanyeyekeቩ stopped in his tracks. Baby. Wanyeyekeቩ quickly told Queen to sit down and he started talking uncontrollably. You need something to eat. Are you hungry? Here, rest what do I need to do? Baby. He stopped and thought excitedly, we're having a baby. Wanyeyekeቩ started pacing the floor. He'll go and get some fruits and vegetables and some water. Wanyeyekeቩ ran out of the house and returned 30 minutes later with fruits and vegetables, and he ran back out of his seat and gathered some red raspberry leaf, ginger, garlic, rosemary, slippery elm, sage, pennyroyal, and stocked the kitchen cabinets with fresh and dried herbs. Queen said. What are you gonna do with all that? Wanyeyekeቩ said. It's good for when you are pregnant. Queen laughed. Go get on of those chickens and smother it up with some green beans, some corn, and some seasoned breakfast with unit dostakaten. Wanneyekeቩ snel. You can have it all, but wait and see what I have in store for you to start cooking. I'm not as tot as hate extefillage handle tip have made, but it comes in handy. We have these boxes, not ref. Quinn saw wanneyekeቩ stuttering inside, refrigerator. Where is this box? Smelling, he sighed, we have this guys who make it in large blocks, and we put them into bottle of a box and put the food on top, and it keeps everything cold for a long time, and every week we go get some more. Wanneyekeቩ raised both his arm as if he had said something. Hence, easy box. Quinn lined and tapped it into refrigerator. Hence, refrigerator, you're so country. Wanneyekeቩ refused all at Quinn do any work as he cooked and cleaned and tended the necessary job he needed to do around the house until that child was born. Around the 6th month, Quinn was complaining about being called on moment and then suddenly turning out. Wanneyekeቩ received her to see Mama Pony, who requested to see the child to alcohol present. Any morning sickness or her. Quinn interrupted, no, Mama, I haven't any problems with anything except just eating up the house, and recently it is getting hot and then quickly getting cold and vice versa. Taking some gel and rubbing him on a pad, Mother upon a start rubbing Quinn's stomach, looking at the child before she quickly jumped up in surprise. She was shaking her head. In disbelief, twins. Truly, the gifts of Sabatar without repentance because your children are already enlightened, unhasty to create in the daughters. They are playing with each other with their gifts. Try rubbing your stomach to stop them from playing so much, because other than that, they and you are healthy. Excelled, relieved, and now excels, wanneyekeቩ talk. Quinn back home in continued to cater to Quinn as they were the revolve that wins. Wanneyekeቩ stood in the kitchen one day and stared out the window at the stairs as he put up the last dish after cleaning the kitchen. Sabbath, he said in a humble voice. Make me an image you will be proud of and all your people to do right in your ears. Many have been fooled into believing when this way and right is when for so long. Many have come but bring even more to us. The wickedness of our enemies has distorted us who seek the truth, and their hearts are confused about what is truth. Many are against men, one against woman, and event themselves. Yes, wanneyekeቩ spoke, wanneyekeቩ thought Quinn. Wanneyekeቩ ran upstairs as fast as he could. Wait, one. Quinn looked down at the bed. Me waiter, me. Waiter gruck. Wanneyekeቩ ran downstairs and forgot why he ran down there. Where do I do, he yelled. Cal formal me upon and did me and he heard all thought Quinn. Wanneyekeቩ ran back upstairs. Grabbing his earpiece, the babies are coming. Cal listenable. Cal no me upon. Cal variant had supposed to be here, a voice came over the earpiece, wanneyekeቩ. His is packer keti amoi. A variant knows now, Cassie broadcasted it to everyone. You didn't call any particular person. You call everyone. They will be there as soon as possible. You may there will be a few more as well. The first midwife came and started boiling water. Everyone was at his home before he knew it wanneyekeቩ passed downstairs while John and all his commanders came to comfort him. A few hours later, who had seemed to be left him on my opinion, the other midwives came down inside. You may go see your jewels. Running up the stairs, he smiled as he opened the doors and kissed the Queen's forehead, me Queen and princesses. Holding both the babies in his hands, he couldn't stop smiling. You went on him here, pointing at the skinny, light-skinned Jella. Wanneyekeቩ inside. You went this on, pointing with his head by nodding, after the person who has made a difference in my life, and I love her so much. Quinn called wanneyekeቩ's mother's name, Abba. He sighed, no, you and her name will be Nea. Quinn sighed, only Nea is good enough. Wanneyekeቩ smiled, no, there's not enough of them. Quinn smiled, since you put it that way, Nea, it is.